Hello, today I'll be going over the 5-1 rotation for the opposite hitter. And you can see in red, OP in the top right hand corner is the opposite hitter. Your responsibilities will be in serve receive, you have to be one of our best passers. Now when you're on defense, you'll go to the right front position, in which case you'll be blocking the other team's best hitter, their outside hitter. So you need to be one of the best blockers on the team. In case the setter touches the ball first, you will then become the setter. So you need to have good hands. If you can't block, you need to get tips and be very good at defense. Then you need to be a well-rounded hitter. You need to be able to hit from all the positions: left front, middle front, and right front. As you can see, it's one of our most well-rounded positions. We'll start in rotation 1. Now this is when the setter is right back. Opposite is opposite the setter in the left front position. I want to rehash the most important rules of rotation, the first being that you cannot overlap with someone directly behind you, in front of you, to your left or to your right. Being the opposite, you're starting in the left front position. When you are in this position, you cannot start the game behind the left back, or you'll be out of position. Likewise, you cannot start the game to the right of the middle front or out of rotation, because those people are directly behind you or directly to your right. Now, it is okay if you are behind anyone else, which might be confusing because it turns out you can be behind the libero and it's not a problem. You will not be out of rotation, as long as you're still in front of the left back position, the outside hitter. Setter is serving, the middle blocker will be at the net blocking, and your home base is actually over here to the right. So you need to run over there as soon as the setter serves the ball. So you'll start here, the outside hitter will start here, and you'll switch as soon as the setter touches the ball. Assume that the setter serves the ball over the net. Immediately you run to block other team's outside hitter hitting this ball. Once everyone has changed their defensive spot, let's talk about your responsibilities for a given set. So let's say this person is set. Well, in that case, the middle blocker is going to move over to help you block. The outside hitter here will get the tip. Okay, and you want to leave a little space open here, and that's the ball that our setter is going to dig. So we want to take away their angle hits. If it's too far over, that's okay. Our libero will dig it. If you're too short to block, instead you'll get the tips here. Okay, let's talk about a different scenario, in which case the middle is hitting. If the middle has a big hit and they like to hit in this direction, then you're going to help the middle block. Otherwise, you're going to get the tip. So help block here. Otherwise, if you're late or the middle isn't a very good hitter or doesn't like to hit across their body, then you're just going to get the tip ball right here, right here. Lastly, if the ball is set to back 5 position, the blocker will help the outside hitter over here, and you need to get this tip ball. You want to pass it high, very high, to this spot for the setter to get to. Let's suppose that any of these hitters hits the ball to the setter and the setter digs it. Then your responsibility, whether you're blocking or getting tips, is to move to the spot and become the setter. I want you to do the easiest set. So the ball is passed over here. I want you to set the pipe. If the ball is set toward the net or it's a good set, either set the middle or the outside hitter. If we lose the point, we're now in the serve receive rotation. Move back to your original starting position. This is still rotation 1. You are still in the left front position. Assuming that this other person serves the ball, your first job is to pass short. Your responsibility then moves to become a hitter from the left front position. So you get outside the court here, so you're ready to hit. Get outside the court, ready to hit. The setter decides who to set. As soon as the setter sets the ball and someone hits the ball over the net, you then must run as quickly as you can to become a blocker on the right hand side. The outside hitter will go to the left-hand side. Once again, your responsibilities repeat. Your first job is to block this outside hitter, maybe block the middle. If the opposite hits, you get the tips right here. If the outside hitter or the libero pass the ball, your job is to get off the net ready to hit a back five. If the setter passes the first ball, your job is to go to the net to set. If there's a free ball pass, your job is come back here and pass any ball in this region so that the setter can run to the net without having to worry about passing the ball. Don't worry about anything that is deep. The outside hitter's job is to get any ball back here. Listen and communicate, because there might be some balls in this area that are in between. If the outside hitter has a better shot at it and she calls it, let her get it. Okay, let's assume we win the point, then we need to rotate. So your starting position is left front, you're now rotating to middle front, and we're serving. This is now rotation 2. The outside hitter is serving. You are middle front, which means you cannot start the game to the left of this player or to the right of that player. You cannot start the game behind middle back, the setter. Anyone else, it doesn't matter your orientation with respect to them. Let's assume the outside hitter serves the ball. Your job is to run as quickly as you can to right back and block. Once everyone makes their defensive switches, your job repeats itself. Block the outside hitter, block the middle, or get tipped for the back five. Pass any free ball in this region. Set the ball if the setter passes. Now let's assume we lose the point. You need to go back to the middle front position. In this rotation, the opposite has to be between the left front and the right front because she is middle front. You cannot be behind the setter. Now we don't want the setter passing, so this is not an ideal location. Instead, we're going to scoot this outside hitter over here to pass. We're going to move the setter up to the front of the net right behind you. Okay, we actually want the libero passing middle so that we don't overlap. Let's actually move you two over here. So setter's even closer to the spot. And this outside hitter is left front, cannot overlap with left back. So you cannot be behind left back. We'll put her here to pass and hit outside. In this rotation, the setter is going to tell you what to do. If she doesn't, please ask. Okay, your responsibility will be either to back up here and to hit a 2-ball. Otherwise, as soon as the ball is served, you could hit 5. So you'll swing out here and you'll hit a 5-ball. I'm going to assume that you're going to hit a 5-ball. As soon as the ball is served, you are the first person to move. Setter goes to the net to set. The middle blocker swings around to hit a 2-ball. The outside hitter goes outside of the court to hit a 4. Let's assume the ball has been hit over, in which case everyone switches to their defensive positions. Then your defensive responsibilities repeat. Block the outside hitter, block the middle, get tips on the back 5 hits, pass free balls, or set if the setter passes. Let's assume we win the point and we go to rotation 3. You are now right front. The middle blocker is serving. The libero is not actually left front. We're going to put the middle blocker in for the libero. The middle blocker's responsibility is to block middle. The outside hitter, as soon as the ball is served, will move to left front. The setter starts here. When the ball is served, she'll move to right back. And guess what? In this rotation, you just gotta stay and hang out in this position. So this is the easiest rotation. Rotation 3, you stay here and block, get tip, or free balls. Now everyone switches back. Let's say we lose a point, serve, receive. In this rotation, once again, we don't want the setter passing. The setter just can't be in front of the middle blocker. So middle blocker being left front, let's put her in this corner, and the setter just can't go in front of her or to the left of this outside hitter. So we'll put the setter here. Can't overlap with this second outside hitter or this middle blocker. This outside hitter we want to hit outside. She cannot go to the left of the middle blocker who's left front, so we'll put her here. She cannot go behind middle back, which is the outside hitter. So we'll put her right here in this region to pass. And you will pass the short ball. Let's assume one of these three pass it. Maybe you pass it nice and high for the setter. You run back here to hit a 5 ball. Setter runs here to set. Middle blocker goes here to hit. Outside hitter goes out here to hit. Once everyone hits, you go to your blocking position. Everyone switches to their defensive positions. And this concludes the front row rotations for the opposite hitter, along with her responsibilities.